HighTechDad here, and today what we're looking at is the next generation of home alarm systems. So I have a previous alarm system, which I can show you later. It's kind of boring, but what you can see here is something from alarm.com, and this is actually installed by APX Alarm, which is one of their installation partners. And the nice thing about it is it's extremely easy to use. You have basically two main buttons, but you also have this LCD screen here, which is entirely a touch screen, which is what makes it, in my opinion, sort of the next generation of home alarm systems. So you can see it gives you the date, it can give you some weather as well in your area, and pretty much the entire brains of the entire alarm system is contained within this device. So it's just mounted on the wall. There are a few wires that run to power, and there is a cell phone antenna, because this thing does not connect to your standard phone line. It actually has a cell phone built into it, which is actually pretty nice, because if you had your home phone line cut or something, you could still connect to the central service using a cellular network. So in a minute we'll take a look at some of the features in there. So just to provide some perspective, this is my previous alarm control panel, and you can see can't touch anything there. It's just got some readings that show particular zones, saying that it's not ready, and if I need to enter in stuff I have to open it up in here. So there's also the brains aren't contained within here. It's actually in a separate control box that has an extra battery. The phone line and power connections as well are housed separately. So back to the alarm.com or APX alarm system control panel. So immediately you can get a readout that my system, for example, is not ready, and you can see scrolling across the top here are the various items in my house that are open. This is really great to be able to get a quick status of your alarm system and what's going on. So let's take a look at some of the functionality in there. So it's a touch screen. I can arm right now. I can get a status that's actually spoken out to me.
System disarmed. Not ready
and
to
it
arm.
tells me
Master
exactly.
Bedroom. Door open.
I'm going to
Second
silence
bedroom.
this.
Window.
So it tells me exactly the things that are open right now. So I can scroll down, and I've actually named all of these various alarm sensors throughout my house. So it's really easy to know what is exactly open or not. So I can go back in here. There's a menu that gives you all sorts of different options. I can turn the chime on.
Chime on.
And every time that I interact with the device, you can see that there's a voice prompt that tells me exactly what's going on. So with the chime being on, then anytime I open up a door or window, it'll tell me that that particular door or window or whatever has been opened up. But I'm going to turn it off right now. And you can go into the toolbox and set up other types of user codes. You can do a system test. You can change how bright you want this, the volume of the announcements coming out of the speaker. You can, this is a funny one, clean screen. Basically, if you touch that one, it disables the touch screen and you can actually clean it. And then it gives you a bunch of other options that you can go around and test your system and configure your system. So going back, if I wanted to arm the system, let's go back to the home here. I go to security, I can go to arm, and it'll tell me all the things that are open right now. So if I wanted to bypass all of those, in the past with my other alarm system, I had to enter in all the different locations, and I didn't know which one it was, and all that kind of stuff. I can quickly bypass everything. I do have to enter in my security code, but I'm not going to do that right here. And then basically I could set the alarm system on bypassing those particular items. There's also an emergency button here, and if I pressed and held any one of these items here, it would automatically call out to the central monitoring service with APX Alarm, and they would actually talk to me directly through this speaker here. It'd be a two-way, basically a cell phone conversation. So it's actually pretty nice to have, especially if you have kids, or like if you've fallen down and you can't interact with something, you can actually talk to a live person directly about this. So I'll show you some other things about the system as well. So just to put some things in perspective here, this is my old window sensor. You can see it's pretty bulky sensor there, and it's attached to the window. And then the new one, which is way up here, you can see that it's a little bit thinner profile, pretty much the same type of style. So it just creates a magnetic connection between the two items there. But again, I like the thinner profile. So another thing that you can install is an infrared motion detector, and the one on the top here is the one from my old alarm system. The one below that is the one from the alarm.com or APX installers. So you can see the alarm.com APX one is much more compact and looks a little bit better. Additionally, you can get fire detection or smoke detectors installed, and this one is completely wireless. It runs on battery just like all the other sensors in the house. So that's window and door sensors, the motion sensor, and this smoke alarm. It's all wireless but connected in through the central station. Another nice thing is that they've improved the door installation. So this is from my old alarm system. You can see it's kind of big and bulky and stands out a lot. So I'm going to open up the door and actually take a look at the one from the new system. You can see it's actually drilled into the door frame and it's embedded in there. And then if I go and take a look at the door, you'll see it's just a tiny little thing right here. Let's see if I can zoom in on that. There it is right there. And so that's what makes the contact actually with the other connection. So another great thing that makes the APX and alarm.com system sort of next generation is the fact that there's an app for that. So I'm looking at the iPhone app here, and when I launch it, it immediately tells me all the things that are open. So I can see that the system's disarmed, that the master bedroom door is open, and there hasn't been any motion activity detected. But something else that's kind of cool is that I can remotely arm or disarm the system from wherever I have an internet connection on my iPhone. So this has proven to be very handy. The kids go into the house ahead of time, and I can actually turn off the alarm system from the car. There's also a history tab that tells me all the different things, like I just opened and closed the front door. I can filter and all that stuff. And then there's this great little button here called video. And what you're going to see here is a live view of this camera right here. Now this camera, I just have it sitting here, and you'll notice the ball on the top can actually be controlled. I have actually preset some different configurations so that I can pan it around. You can see it just moved a little bit. I'm going to make it move again. There it goes. And all I'm doing is I'm actually doing that on the iPhone app itself. So let's see if I can do this here. So I hit my presets, and I can say, okay, pan to the front door. And it just panned over, and it should see me filming right now. So pretty slick, and this is really great if you want to not only monitor your house when you're away, or you can also keep track of what's going on. Perhaps you have a babysitter or someone over. You want to make sure that the kids are doing homework, whatever it is, you have the ability to just go right into your iPhone app and see what's going on. So I'm walking around here and you can see me filming right there. So pretty cool technology that we have going on here. So just to wrap things up, you can also get a little key fob that lets you control your alarm system. You can do a stay alarm or away alarm. You can all control that just from a little key fob, and you have the main operating system here. So I definitely recommend, if you're shopping around for a new alarm system and a monitoring company, that you take a look at alarm.com. They've been in business for quite a while, and they have some pretty good pricing in terms of monthly services, because you can keep adding on different modules, and depending on the modules, there may be some that have an extra fee, like the video monitoring. But things like if you want to add another door sensor or window sensor, you just add it in and configure it, and it's all included in the monthly fee. And I think those range anywhere from $35 to $45 a month, so it's pretty reasonable, especially for your own security and state of mind. So you can read more about this on my blog, and that's at www.HighTechDad.com. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment on the blog or ask me on Twitter, and I can be reached on Twitter as @HighTechDad. Thanks a lot.